Say hi, volunteers. Say hi, volunteers. Our volunteers lift me up in that they always remind us about the why behind what we do every single day, that we are considering the children first in all we do.
The one word I'd describe volunteers is caring. They take the time out of their daily lives and work to spend time here at Rankin Jordan, maybe hold the babies and just show a caring attitude.
So Mike, I hope you're ready for this first one.
Volunteers make me feel happy and hopeful.
Volunteers were a color. To me, they would definitely be a rainbow, just because they brighten everyone's day.
A fin is to a fish as a volunteer is to every patient at Rankin Jordan.
Volunteers make me feel encouraged and inspired. They look at things through a different lens than I do. Every time I work with a volunteer, I am able to gain a different perspective.
Volunteers are cool because they're clean, and I appreciate everything they do for us. Thanks.
Thanks, volunteers.
Oh, can I time out?
In the finance department, our volunteer Jackie is always filing for us. Without Jackie, our office would be messy, we'd be unorganized, and our staff would be stressed.
The best word that comes to my mind is loving. The love that they provide, and laughter and smiles.
How do the volunteers make me feel and why? They make me feel good because the babies, when they're crying, they calm them, they rock them, they sing to them, and I call them songbirds. It's real sweet.
Are you ready?
I think our volunteers are awesome. That would be my one word. We have some amazing volunteers that come to therapy. Bailey, Lauren, Laura, Greg, they're very uplifting to the kids, and they're really great to work with.
I think the most important job to me that a volunteer at Rankin Jordan can do is really spend time with the kids. And I think out of the group of kids, my favorite would be spending time with the teenagers. Everybody loves to rock the babies, everybody likes to play with the littler kids, but I think the big kids oftentimes need it more.
Volunteers make me feel great because when they come into therapy to help us out, it's like a hand in a glove. Everything fits together very well, and they don't miss a beat by stepping in and helping us with whatever we need to do.
The word that I would choose to describe volunteers is self-sufficient. Mary just kind of knows her stuff and comes up and does it.
The one word that I would use to describe our volunteers is dedicated.
The volunteer that works for me most closely on Thursday nights, he keeps me focused, he keeps me motivated, and he asks good questions.
Can you say thanks for playing with me? Thanks for playing with me, volunteers.
Hi, I'm Mark Bush, the Director of Mirth and Merriment.
Well, at Rankin Jordan, a volunteer wears red, so red would be the volunteer color, although they're incredibly talented and very diverse, so I'm going to say they'd have to be a rainbow.
I think if I had to pick one word to describe volunteers, it would be irreplaceable, or maybe two words, and invaluable. We can't do this job without the volunteers.
If I had to pick one word to describe our volunteers, it would have to be patient. They come in ready to help and ready to work, and they are so patient with our children, no matter how rambunctious.
Thank you,
The one word that describes volunteers to me is partner. And I chose the word partner because I think that's what we are.
I'm sorry. A story I have. Okay. A story I have about a volunteer is about Judy. She's so helpful with us in the mornings with our little ones. She's always positive. She has a great attitude. She's fun to be around, and the kids love when she comes to play with them.
Well, there's this particular volunteer, her name's Katie, and she comes to therapy, and I had this huge project that I needed organized, and she said, "Is there anything I can help you do?" And I looked at her like, yes, and Katie just took it and ran with it.
If volunteers were a color, I would say yellow, because they are cheerful, happy. Yay, volunteers!
Ready?
Ready.
This is why we love volunteers.
That was not perfect.
Yes, it is.
Volunteers make me feel excited more than anything. When they walk into the room, they look at you, they say, what can I do to help? Whether it's you need a baby held or you need someone's sibling to be played with, they're there in every way. And it's so awesome when they walk in and you see their face, I just light up right away.
Volunteers make me happy. I get excited when I see them coming in because I know that they're ready and eager to do whatever needs to be done.
I love working with Sandy, the HR volunteer. She not only comes in and helps us with daily tasks, but she's also here to support us, listen to us.
If volunteers wear a color here at Rankin Jordan, even though they wear red, I would say green, because it's always a go. A lot of them are willing to help out in any way they can.
Thanks, volunteers.
Keep going.
If a volunteer were a color, they'd be yellow, because yellow is the color of sunshine, and that's what our volunteers bring each and every day they're here.
They're my cup of tea because of the positive energy that they bring to this place.
Mom, because I did not hear me. You said to go slow, so.
When I think of volunteers, I think of the word caring. They all take time out of their day and of their week to come here and be with the kids.
You blow them a big kiss, and mwah.
Volunteers are my cup of tea because they are like the sweetener that goes inside the tea.
One job that our volunteer does for us is to put a ton of data in, and I greatly appreciate it.
Our volunteers make me feel proud. Proud to be a part of an organization that inspires such dedication and caring and love.
If a volunteer were a color, what color would they be? They would be orange. Orange, and it's not just because it's my favorite color, which it is, but orange because when I'm around volunteers and I think of warmth.
I'm the guy with the crash helmet from last year and the fishing lures hanging in my face.
Yay, volunteers!
If a volunteer was an animal, they would be a lion because they have a lot of courage to come in and they take on any task we ever ask them to do.
I don't know if this rap is gonna work.
I think it's a great rap.
A fin is to a fish, like a volunteer is to a...
Are volunteers your cup of tea?
Say yes.
The volunteers here make me feel so supported. I never feel like our department is alone. They always find time for us. They support us in so many ways, and including just helping us keep calm and a positive outlook, and yeah, we'll get it done. Don't worry about it.
It's really invaluable time and energy that makes these kids get better fast.
My friend Miss Pat, every time I see her smile, she makes me happy. So I always have to go and get my hug from Miss Pat.
They have so many different skills and talents and gifts.
If volunteers were an animal, I would have to say a bunny, the Energizer Bunny. They can chase the toddlers all day long. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for being here.
They will be blue for me. Blue is a happy color to me. They make me happy.
I personally love the concierge desk and all the services it provides.
Is that the right way? Like, does the L look right to you?
If a volunteer were a color, they would be gold because they sparkle and shine and they're very valuable.
So good. If the volunteers were an animal, I would say they're koala bears because koala bears are soft and cuddly.
I've never seen so many smiles in one place, and it's partly because of not only the staff that works here on a daily basis, but because of the volunteers.
If a volunteer was a color, I would say they're the color orange, because orange is the happiest color, and they all come in here excited and happy and ready to be with the kids, and that's something amazing to see.
I say thank you. Thank you, volunteers.
The volunteer that I work with would be a yellow because she wears sunglasses every day when I see her.
You know, you can see them in rocking the babies. It's like they're holding their own children or grandchildren. They have that much to give.
Volunteers are my cup of tea. Like tea, they can come in all kinds of flavors.
And the volunteer will come in, be it Matthew in our department and facilities or a past volunteer, Ken, to just help all the way around.
about nap time.
A fin is to a fish, like a volunteer is to just the success of Rankin Jordan or any kid that comes through the building who needs help with anything. We so often in social services need the support of the volunteers. There is no way that we would be able to do our jobs without the support of the volunteers to be able to care for those siblings that the parents don't have any option but to bring them here.
They're giving of their time and their talent without reimbursement. Sometimes what I hear most often from volunteers is they get more out of it than they give.
Volunteers make me feel a little bit like Uncle Sam. RJ needs you.
And then there's other volunteers that make me feel hopeful because of what they've been through and their survival stories. So Greg in therapy is one of them who he's been through so much, and yet he's a big smiling face for our patients, and that's really important.
We love our volunteers.
I don't know what I'd do without them sometimes, honestly.
Volunteers are my cup of tea because they're so helpful. They always go out of their way to do things for our kids, and they not only make our jobs easier, they make them possible. Do you love that line or do you love that?
We say thank you. Thanks, volunteers.
They help us with our day-to-day mailing invitations, getting gift bags ready for our investors or for a special event.
This is why we love volunteers. B.
Valuable.
O.
Outstanding.
M.
Likeable.
U. Hi.
That was a big kiss.
There's a new volunteer here, Matthew, that works on Fridays in facilities. And we seem to really have been lucky with some of the folks that have been down in facilities in the COPS area. Matthew is amazing. He can fix anything.
That's a crazy question.
Volunteers lift me up because they make my job easier. Because if I'm with a kiddo and I have my hands all occupied and I just need someone to distract that child, volunteers are there.
The amazing work, the amazing recovery, the miracles that happen at Rankin Jordan every day are absolutely because of the role the volunteers play in these children's lives and these families' lives every day.
I was training a concierge volunteer, and she asked, "What if I don't know the answer to the question?" And I said, "I don't know" is a good response, but "I'll find out" is the next thing you could say. Just like I said 19 years ago, and they still kept me.
We couldn't handle some of the larger scale things that we're able to do if it weren't for our volunteers.
Fin is to a fish as a volunteer is to a great big smile, because that's all they leave behind them is smiles.
How do you say thank you? Thank you, volunteers.
So I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you all help me so much and help the kids so much.
Volunteer services reminds us that it's okay to let go and have a little fun. Thank you, Volunteer Services, for lifting us up and reminding us it's okay to have a little fun at work.
The ship set ground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle. A reprise of last year. That's all I got.
This is why we love volunteers. B.
Valuable.
O.
Outstanding.
M.
Likeable.
U.
Understanding.
N.
Neat.
D.
Terrific.
E.
Extraordinary.
E.
Efficient.
R.
Respectful.
S.
Sassy.
We love volunteers. We love volunteers. Good. I hope you got that.
I should move, right?
Wow.